Welcome. This is the 5th episode of I Speak English. And I'm here, Syed Wasi, with my guest, hussain.cillbd. And get ready to have another exciting show on English that is called I Speak English. And you all know that this is the first ever kind of a show in Bangladesh, or probably in the world, where a talk show has been designed on English to promote the idea that mistake is a part of learning, still we can learn English, and we better learn English. It is time we became serious about English. So with this idea, I'm inviting a special guest in every episode from the corporate, education, and other engineering, architecture arena. And you'll be meeting a lot more people like Astanul Bhai. And the idea is that they will come here to engage in activities to teach you English through fun. And for those who are watching this show, this is a message that this show is soon going to be trademarked in Bangladesh. So if anybody is trying to copy that thing, will be under legal action. So please note that this is going to be trademarked, and this is only the production designed and created by Syl. So let's start our show. This is Syed Wasi, and I'm welcoming my guest, Astanul Bhai.
Yeah, thank you.
So why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi viewers, this is hussain.cillbd. I'm working at this moment in a German multinational company. If I want to talk on my career, like from where I have started, and I have almost spent 10 years in this industry. I completed my graduation from Jahangirnagar University and masters from there as well. And then I did my MBA from Brack University. I started my career actually differently because during my university life, I joined in Grameenphone as a part-timer. Then I got chance to give my ISSB, Inter-Service Selection Board for Bangladesh Navy. I joined there as well. On medical ground I had to leave, and then I joined Edexcel. Edexcel is mainly Planet Edu, which is exam center for Edexcel. I was there, and then after that I joined Pearson in 2010, and I used to handle PTE, Pearson Test of English.
So you're still handling that, right?
Yeah, it's in different mode, but at that time I was recruited from Pearson and I was handling PTE for the development. So my engagement with PTE back to from 2010. So if I talk on this, my career is mainly on the business of education. So in the last 10 years, I'm handling or taking care of the international qualifications, various tests, exams, some professional programs and all.
Alright, great. So Astanul Bhai is currently working in a multinational company, and he is basically looking after the education sector there, and one of his fields is PTE, Pearson Test of English. We'll talk about that. But before that, can you please switch it on? I will engage you, audience, like those who are watching, through this show, and I'll be reading your comments because we are going to talk about an interesting thing today, and that's going to be useful for you. And also regarding English, you can ask me anything. So I'll be reading your comments at times, okay? And we have an audience at the background too, though probably today you cannot see them, but they will clap for you. So why don't you clap, guys? Okay, Astanul Bhai. So some people have already written some comments. Shabuj Hussain, hello sir. Nazmun Nahar Shompa, she's a regular participant of our online program. Hello sir, hello Shompa. Shoma Akhtar wrote, hello Syed Wasi sir, nice to see you in live. And you can also welcome the guest. Okay, so first question to you. You mentioned PTE, Pearson Test of English, right? So can you give us an idea about this test, what it is?
Well, PTE, which is Pearson Test of English, owned by education giant company. You might be knowing Pearson. They also own Edexcel, Penguin, Penticel, Dorling Industry. They also launched this PTE, Pearson Test of English, back to 2009, which is computer-based offline test. Okay. So when I'm saying offline, if there is any problem in the internet connectivity, so your exam will not be facing any problem.
Okay.
So this is a English language test, like other language tests you might be knowing, TOEFL and IELTS.
Okay.
So yeah, this is it.
Okay, let me add a few things because for your information, I am the PT trainer there in the test center. So it is the most convenient test in the world so far. And Astanul Bhai, can you tell me why is it convenient? As I said, convenient and better. Why is it so? And that's an English language test actually.
Yeah. First, if we talk about the life cycle of a test taker, any test taker, starting from the registration to getting result in hand. So for PT, it is only a 7 days matter. So within 7 days, you can get yourself registered. You can take test in one single 3 hours, and in maximum 5 business days, you will get the result. So total in 7 days, starting from registration to getting result, it's only requires 7 days. And in the same time, this score will be reported in your online login. Let's say you might be having many other email IDs, social networking, login ID and password. So similarly, PT is also having a secured website, and in that website your result will be published. So you can send the score to as many university, border agency, whomsoever you want to send. So it is completely on your on your hand, like how you'll be registering in which date, what time you want to take the test, then whom you want to send the score. So everything would be on your hand. So it is convenient for individual test taker. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And as a PT specialist, let me just draw a line of comparison with any other language test. I'm not mentioning any others. But remember, this is a computer-based test which you can take in only 3 hours. You don't have to come up another day. So it's a single day test for 3 hours, first of all. Second is that you get better marks in this test if you understand the techniques and technicalities. And thirdly, it is convenient because you only interact with the computer. There is no human. So you are not afraid of facing anyone in this test. Right? And there is no biasness because it is marked by a computer completely. So these are the benefits you can apply to Australia and any other countries for study and immigration. So that is an excellent opportunity that has arrived in Bangladesh since the last 2 years. So that is the message to you, my friends. Okay, now we are going to more general stuff to talk about. So my question to you is, how do you evaluate yourself as a corporate professional, your strengths and weaknesses?
Okay. As I was mentioning, I started with PT, mainly the business of education. So my entire career into business of education. Okay. So throughout my almost a decade's career, I was handling international qualifications, exams, certification. So and if you take up, let's say, PT, as I in Bangladesh market, I was the first person who first uttered the word PT. So it is now mixed with my career, PT with my career, and I have also placed at this moment PT is having good growth in terms of the number of test taker, considering the last few months or even last few years.
Absolutely. So
it's my career at this moment seems going with the flow of PT. So if I evaluate myself, I'll say PT is more of related with my career, number one. And then, in this business of education, it's or even any business, if I take up education as a product, I always evaluate myself as a professional working with or even keeping the end result in mind. For any task, any activities or any project, I always keep end result in mind.
So any weaknesses about you? These are the strengths we have learned. Any weaknesses as a professional?
I trust people so frequently.
All right. So yes, probably you have to, people in professional field have to be more logical than credulous. Okay. So some internet connection problem is there, unfortunately, but it's happening. One person wrote, I wanted to go to the USA. I don't know the process. If I do IELTS and get band 6 or 7, is there any chance to go there? Well, this is not a consultancy solutions show, but you better do PT to get higher score. Top level universities in the US are accepting PTE. That's might be a better choice. 70%, and they're top level universities.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question to you is, I'm sure the young executives will be looking forward to learning something from you. What do you suggest them? How they can be better employees in the workplace? Those who are executives.
First, I would say in the current trend of professional, like working in the industry or in various industry, it is very important to learn English, because on every communication or even in your basic etiquette, you have to have medium of communication in English.
Okay.
So if you want to grow, if you want to learn, you have to learn English first. That is the first thing for young professionals who are aspiring to get into the industry or into the profession.
Right. So that's a great advice for you. So the last question for the first round, that is the answer questions round. You have already mentioned that, I think, the usefulness of English. Suppose somebody is not that good in English, what kind of problems they might be facing in the corporate world or their job?
First of all, in the multinational companies, you have to deal with your cross-border colleagues from different market, from different countries, and also client or even partners or even principal. You have to deal with many type of people. They are spread over many countries in the world. Mm-hmm. So importance of having English in US, you have to be well groomed with English.
We have just finished the question round because the importance of English in the job sector is great, is paramount. So that's there. So we are moving to the quiz round now, Astanul Bhai. So we actually promote the idea is that quiz questions for English have to be fun, and everybody is willing to take it if that is a fun, and that's what we promote. But this time today, as we have a corporate professional here, I'm going to help you with some business communication tips through him. Okay, so I'm going to ask him a few questions. If you're following this right now, you will learn some tips of a lifetime in your business communication. So get ready for that. So moving to that one, Astanul Bhai. First question, I will give you some situations and options basically. Okay, so you have to choose the right options that is more appropriate in business communication. Right. So the first situation is like, while you are introducing yourself to someone, should you say, howdy, myself Tanim, or should you say, hello, this is Tanim, nice to meet you?
Yeah, I think second one would be better.
Second one?
Yeah.
Okay, so on this note, many people say myself Tanim, myself this and that. Remember, it's a kind of an English language, Indian English use that has been widely used in this subcontinent. But if you think about the standard English, international English, the native speakers usually don't say myself Tanim or myself this and that. We say this is or my name is. That's a better approach actually. Okay, the next one for you. Is it running, Sharif? Good. While telling someone that something is their fault, suppose in your business and dealing, you find the other person has made a mistake, your client or something. So how do you say that? Like, do you say probably there were better ways to do that, or you say it is completely your fault?
Probably there's better way of doing it.
Why do you think so? Why not? It's his fault.
See, it's more of in the first sentence there will be decency. Like whenever you're saying something, you are directly you can say negative or no, but still there are ways of saying it in a very decent manner.
Okay, so yeah, that is the thing. You have to be. You don't be political or something, but sometimes you may be diplomatic to maintain the politeness. We don't directly accuse anyone in the business communication arena. Now coming to the most important tip. Get ready for that. Suppose you are writing an email or somebody is writing an email and you want to write the salutation, the start. So I'm giving you 4 options. 2 of them should be correct,
yeah,
and 2 are wrong. So you tell me. The first one is, dear Mr. Colleague. Is it the right option?
No.
Why not?
Because this should be... you know the name of your colleague.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you are referring a specific colleague, you know the name, and a colleague cannot be Mr. because colleague is not the name. So that is a wrong salutation. The second one, dear colleagues.
Yeah.
That's fine. Because it is plural. You cannot write all the names. And that is why you write dear colleagues, but not dear Mr. Colleague. Okay, the next one. Dear concern.
Wrong.
Alright, dear
For
concern.
this file, there are reasons behind it, so we'll not talk about it, right?
Alright, absolutely. Dear concern is wrong. CONCERN. 99.99%, probably in the whole subcontinent, right? Dear concern, which is a wrong salutation, I repeat. Okay? And don't make yourself laughable in front of those who know that. It is grammatically wrong as well. Concern means a kind of worry or an organization, sister concern. So either you're referring to that company or you are worried about someone. So the salutation should be the next one, dear concerned, then ED. You have to write ED. That means someone who's involved with something or relevant person, right? So, dear concerned, ED, those who are watching this and those who will be watching, unfortunately there was a connection problem, so the audience went down, but I'm sure many would be watching later. For you, especially those who are doing job, never write dear concerned in your email. Dear concerned, ED. Going to the next part. Some pronunciation task now. So again, I'm going to make him read a few words that 99% Bangladesh is mispronounced, and you'll know why. Okay? So the first one, as you can see in the screen, can you read that?
Disable, act, one, house,
Okay.
say, schedule.
So there were at least 3 mistakes. Okay? And you see, why is that a mistake? Because we have learned it from our schools and colleges. It's not standardized for. You see, professionals are making also those mistakes. Disable.
Yeah.
We don't say disable. And 8, ATE. It's not at, it's 8. So please correct that, those who are watching. And 1, WON, though he pronounced it correctly, but many would say own. That is wrong. And house, not house. Said, 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 not said. And schedule, the word many pronounce schedule, that is wrong. There are 2 versions. American one is schedule and British one is schedule. So there is nothing like schedule that we have invented in our life.
Yeah.
So these are the words you may have learned and you can remember that. Okay, Astan Ubai. So moving to the next round, stupid fire round. That means I'm going to ask you a few stupid questions to answer. Before that, let me check because the connection was interrupted. Ishtiaq Ahmed wrote, I like Sil very much. Good. And Ishtiaq Ahmed again wrote, it is very essential for who want to progress. Good. And Sheikh Tawhid wrote, hello sir, hello Tawhid. Okay, you can ask questions if you want regarding English or PTE. Okay, first question to you. If you were the Prime Minister in the US or of the US, what would you do?
Oh, well, first I'll catch Apple and will tell them to reduce the iPhone price.
Apple, not the fruit. Apple company.
Apple.
Reduce the price of iPhone because he is holding one. Okay. The next question to you. If you have options to choose one between a red and a white rose, which one would you choose and why?
I'll certainly choose white rose.
White rose, why?
Because except love, you can use white rose for any purpose.
So you don't worry about love? Someone lovable?
It's I have a kid of 3 years.
But you can't say that you don't. So probably
For my
Abby is
wife.
the lovable
Oh, yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise she'll be angry. Why white
She's
rose?
watching maybe.
And audience, you may choose white or rose, the red rose, and tell me why you want to choose that one. Okay, moving to the next one. Anything special? The same question was asked to my previous guest. Do you have anything special about you now as a person, not as a professional?
Yeah, I like simplicity, and even I see everything on a very simple and straight manner.
Okay.
So that is the thing I would say specialty, because I never see things differently or in other way.
Okay. Can you adjust the camera a bit? I think it's. Is it fine? Okay. So all right. So simplicity. I think that's what Bangladesh is like in many,
Yeah.
on many occasions. So that's a very good thing. And anything bad about you? You have to think. That means there is
Yeah.
nothing bad about it.
Yeah, and very tricky.
You're very tricky?
Yeah.
Oh, the question is
The
tricky.
question
Yeah.
is tricky.
Okay.
Bad thing about myself would be again my simplicity, because for that I trust people, and for that I fall into many situations.
I understand. Okay, so you remember I used the same word in the last episode. Credulous is the word, who actually easily believe and trust people. Credulous is the word. Okay, last question for the stupid fire round. You know that some times ago, probably 1 year, 2 years, it's a recent incident that Dhaka City Corporation did a good job, and they placed some dustbins on the roads in different locations.
Yeah.
But after some time we found that either they were stolen or they were taken away by citizens. So why do you think they did that? What was the reason? It was for putting litters there.
Yeah, see, people like if something roadside, if they find something unused, so they'll carry it to their home for use.
Interesting answer, right? And that's a very diplomatic one. I feel that our citizens are in great need of money, so they stole that. Some of them, I probably sold that, and he found another use. That's very good. Okay, so yeah, that was the.
That means you have to use, like, as if I am walking in the road and having something, I have to throw it into the dustbin.
Right.
So this is a message to the viewers as well.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
So don't steal them just in case the city corporation again does that, because they are for putting litters, junks there, right? Not for stealing or taking away to home. Right, please do that. As citizens, we have our responsibilities. Okay, the last part, tongue twister. So get ready to twist your tongue, okay? And because of the connection, comments are coming late. Muhammad Nazimuddin, Ishtaq Ahmed again wrote HHH. I don't know what he meant. Then Muhammad Nazim wrote here, doing a good job indeed. Thank you. Okay, so Stanu Bhai, the first tongue twister in front of you. Can you see that?
Yeah.
The first one, try. So tongue twister round, my friends.
Yeah. So literally my tongue will be.
Yeah, and try to read it fast.
Send toast to 10 tens, stout saints 10 tall tens.
Okay, I even didn't try it properly. Send toast to 10 tens, stout saints 10 tall tens. I think I did it quite good.
Yeah, very good.
Next one, please.
How can a clam crumb in a clean cream can?
Faster.
How can a clam crumb in a clean cream can?
Okay. How can a clam cram in a clean cram can? Okay, the last one.
Sheena leads, Sheila knits.
Faster.
Sheena leads, Sheila knits.
Okay, I think he did a good job, so you can clap, guys. Okay, so again, why tongue twisters? Remember, you can practice, try to, read that way to overcome the problem with the pronunciation patterns, right? They are not meaningful, but they help with pronunciation, the sound patterns, and they are funny, really funny. Okay, so we are almost at the end of the show. If you like this, I'm sure you do, don't forget to like and share, because more people need to watch this to see great things, because in Bangladesh we are promoting something that is solid and fruitful and effective for the people. And you know that SIL, Center for Innovative Language Learning, always stands with honesty and creativity, and that's what we are doing, so you must share. And you can also watch this program offline on this page, and also an edited version on YouTube being recorded here. So that will be soon live on YouTube. Live means the offline video will be uploaded, so you can watch there as well. And guys who are watching here now, subscribe the YouTube channel cillbd again, so you can have a lot more fun videos, because we are coming up with a lot more fun videos on English, not just the talk show. More and more fun videos are coming on YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe that, and don't forget to share again.